Back to the Future, based on the movie written by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, illustrated by Kim Smith, video by Jonathan Goldenberg from 2016. This is Marty McFly. It is 1985 and Marty is in a town called Hill Valley. Hill Valley is a friendly town with a courthouse that's famous because of its broken clock. The clock stopped 30 years ago after it was struck by lightning. Today the people of Hill Valley want to make sure the clock is preserved. Marty's best friend is a scientist named Dr. Emmett Brown. Marty calls him Doc. Doc is always making cool inventions like a automatic dog food feeder and a guitar amplifier. But Marty's life at home is not cool. Marty's parents, George and Yolan, don't seem to love each other. His brother Dave and his sister Linda are always arguing. Hey, how about you give me your food? No thanks, I will have my own, thank you. And George has a mean boss named Biff. Biff is a boy. He always pushes George around and makes him do extra work. Hey, how about you clean my car and do my homework? I'm so, of course I will. Marty watches and wishes his father would stand up to Biff, but George doesn't have the courage. One night, Doc reveals his newest invention to Marty. Hello, I'm Doc Emmett Brown, and this is our time machine car. Are you saying you made a time machine of a DeLorean? The way I see it, Doc Brown brings. If you want to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? The time machine car uses a special fuel called plutonium. When Marty test drove the time machine car, or the DeLorean, he accidentally time traveled to 1955, 13 years earlier. It was long before the mall had been built and before the time machine had been invented. Marty knew he had to get home, so he hid the time machine and went to search for young Doc Brown. Hopefully the time machine's inventor could help him get back to the future. Marty discovered Hill Valley looked very different in 1955. The cars looked different, the clothes looked different, but the clock was still working fine because it was still 1 week before the lightning bolt would strike. Before Marty could find young Doc Brown, he found his parents at a soda shop in 1955. George and Yola were teenagers just like Marty. And that boy Biff was still pushing poor George around and making him do his homework. Marty defended George accidentally interfered with his parents' romance. Now Yola and I liked Marty because he stood up to Biff. This was a problem. If George and Yola and I didn't fall in love, marry, how could they ever have kids? Marty looked at a photo of himself with his brother and sister. Dave and Linda were standing and starting to disappear, as they had never been born. Marty located the house of young Doc Brown and introduced himself. My name is Marty, and I'm from the future. I came here on a time machine that you invented, and now I need 1.25 21 gigawatts of electricity to get back to the year 1985. Doc didn't believe him. So Marty took the time machine, but Doc Brown had bad news. There's no plutonium in 1955. And only a bolt of lightning can generate that kind of power. Unfortunately, we never knew when or where the lightning would strike. Marty took Doc Brown and told him the story of the clock tower. The lightning bolt would strike in a few days. Doc Brown quickly put together a plan. We can harness the energy from the lightning and we can send you back to the future